Well, hello. It's been a little while. I hope you've all had a really wonderful spring break. You could see I'm filming on location with my baseball card collection today. Not a lot of great hits over the spring break, but not every box is a winner. Anyway, I want to address the bargaining update that we received March 28th. And this is one of the worst ones ever. You thought the last one was the worst one, but this one is. There is just so much that there is to say. I'm going to focus on the second paragraph because I want to keep this short, but I think the second paragraph quintessentially points out all of the problems that I've been expressing for the last 2 years that we have with this union, how they've made it a private club, don't want any outside influence or insight, and they've chosen language that has to be intentionally deceptive to confuse people to not know what is going on. And let's look at the language they've chosen to tell us that they've gotten 0% raise for this year. About halfway down, you can see that they've written, the bargaining team accepted the district's proposal that the current salary schedule remain in effect for the 24-25 school year. That language, it's really unbelievable. Who writes like that? The bargaining team has accepted the district's proposal that the salary schedule remain in effect. 0%. Just tell us. And let me tell you something. As a licensed attorney, the problems you get into when you use deceptive language like this is it actually backfires on you a lot of times. And let me explain what I mean by that. Specifically, by saying they've agreed to the district's proposal, it creates a real gap here because now we don't know what our own bargaining team proposed. They accepted the district's proposal, but what was the bargain? What was the negotiation that was on the table? How much were we asking for? That we came all the way down to 0. So we don't know if that really was the best choice that could have been made because they tell us nothing and they received 0 guarantees for anything in their agreement to accept the district's proposal, which no guarantees. They didn't get anything off schedule. No, and remember the off schedule, this leadership team keeps telling us there's $176 million in reserve. Well, are they getting any guarantees to utilize that money? What about trying to go after restoring the 30 hours that used to be so beneficial to our students? What about an off-salary payment that certainly anyone who was RIF'd would be able to participate in? I can't even criticize them for that because we don't know if they did it. They gave us no information about what they were pursuing, what they were trying to pursue. Last year, they went to 6 mediations to fight for the fact that 3% was not fair and equitable, which they wound up accepting. And then this year, they just accepted the district's 0% offer without telling us what it was that they were seeking, but they didn't even close out the entire contract. The 1 point of leverage would be the salary and wages. They've kept it open to have additional bargaining sessions so that they can bargain what exactly? Article 2? Recognition? Just one more point. I know I've gone long, but I really appreciate your attentiveness. It's just that we know that the bargaining team and leadership would be telling us that they accepted 0% because they claim they're trying to get all of the people who've received a RIF, their jobs secure and back. And while I may have tremendous disagreement with the strategies and tactics used by them to try to bring about the accomplishment of that goal, that's not what this video is about. This video is strictly about the way in which they chose to tell us, the way in which they have chosen to inform us by using deceptive language so that unless you're paying very careful attention, you might not even recognize or notice the fact that they agreed to the 0%. This video is strictly about their communication and their lack of transparency.